What is the formula for gradient of a line? They gave us the two endpoints of a line segment. They want us to determine the gradient. Let's start by writing the gradient formula. What's the gradient formula, bro? Write in your book there, Taylor. Taylor.
Yes, sir.
What it is? Gradient of a line is equal to, I'll give you a start here, is y2 minus what?
Minus -1, sir. Well,
y1,
sir.
over what?
4, sir.
Wait, give me the formula. The formula is what I want. What's the formula there, Tyler? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Brother Taylor, that tells me you did not do my homework. You hear me, Taylor?
Yes, sir.
I need you to move like if nobody not coming to save you, brother man. Right? I know it was only Friday, and I know I only said it last night, but still, all you need to try still, right? So there we go. Amelia, not my Amelia, the next Amelia. When I say my Amelia, the one go in my school. It's how that's pronounced your surname. I was trying to call it by your surname.
Larock.
Larock.
Yeah.
Larock, right. Larock. Hit my Y2. What is Y2?
Y2 is 2.
Minus Y1.
4.
Rishana, X2.
X2 is 3 minus -1.
What is to be equal to Isabel?
Sir, I got -1.
-2 over what? 4, right? Which will be -1/2 when you break it down, right? This is what you get here, Tyler? Yes. Right. This is my gradient. Raise your hand if you got this. Although we ain't going too hard today, eh? I'm back and all waiting for our teach, boy. God. Teach a little too much this weekend, boy. Right, very good. I've seen plenty hands up. This is food, eh, yeah? Coordinates of the midpoint. I just going in order because I only have one person face to face here, so I'm calling on some online people. Hey, Marie. What's the formula for midpoint, hey, Marie? Hit me.
M equals x1 plus x2.
Capital M, sister. Capital M.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, x1 plus
x2
over
2,
comma
y1 plus y2 over 2.
Now, guys, if I, as a teacher, am not able to make these things look easy, I will consider I fail as a teacher. I feel like I'm a failure if it has students here that's still not understanding this. Right? It's just formulas. It's just looking at these numbers up here. Right? You're looking at these numbers. I'm going to put the little x1. This is your x1. This is your y1. This is your x2. This is your y2. Right? If I cannot get this to look easy to you all, and for you to function and do these things easily, I would consider myself a failure. So don't make myself say it look bad now, please. So there we go. I'm calling somebody else. Sarah. What's x1, Sarah?
-1.
Plus x2.
3.
Over 2, comma, y1.
4.
Plus. Right. If we're not able to do, I say it again, I feeling it, all I feeling it. If we can't make this look easy, I feeling it. So there we go. This will be -1 plus 3 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, comma. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Raise your hand if you got this, please, for my midpoint. Raise your hand. So that's the easier ones. I might still give all that a little blind with the equation of a line because it's a little tougher, right? Now they want us to find the equation of a line, right? Of the line AB. So to find the equation, you must have a coordinate on the line. We will work with x1, y1, which is -1, 4. Point to note: if I use 3, 2, or I use 1, 3, all 3 points are on the line. I will bet all my money that you're getting the same answer, right? I'm going to use the first coordinate, which was -1. What's the first coordinate again? Amani, camera. Your camera does work, Amani. Put on the camera, please.
Sorry, sir.
Amani, -1, comma, what is the first coordinate you had above? A.
It's x1.
What's the first coordinate? I just asked if you write it down. What you write there, Amani?
-4.
-1, sir.
Thank you. -1, 4. Right? That is a point on the line. So I'm saying it again. I'm writing it as a note also. Right? Right. I'm writing it as a note here also. Okay? To find, write it down. I don't care if you know it, write it down, please. To find the equation of a line, we must have a point. Well, the coordinates of a point. I want to write the word coordinates. We must have the coordinates. We must have the coordinates of a point and the gradient. All right? So we have the coordinates of a point. Mary, Robin. That's Robinson. M. Robinson. Yeah, we'll go with M and S, right? So M. Robinson. What was the gradient of this line? Common M was what? M. Robinson. Or that's A. Robinson. I think is A is your first name. What's your first name, Robinson?
Kamala.
Right, I know it was Amala. What is the gradient?
Oh,
A feeling, Gil, a feeling. The gradient right here, M. Robinson. Guys, we had to get serious now, boy. We had to get serious now. So we have the gradient, we have a point on the line. I'm going to Hill. Hill, what is the formula to find the form for the equation of a line? I want the formula.
Y subtract y1 is equal to m bracket x subtract x1.
I write it back my little x1 on top here. I write it back my little y1 here. Right, bro? You're supposed to be functional in this, huh? That we talk about. Empress. What's the next line here? Y minus what? Empress.
Yes, sir. Y minus 4 equals to m bracket x.
What's M?
Negative a half.
Negative a half. I like that. Negative. X minus. What is x1, sister?
-1.
Right. Everybody good there? Okay, first things first. A minus and a minus is a plus. Right? Caleb, what's the first thing I need to get rid of here, Caleb? I need to get rid of what? Caleb. Janae. I'm Caleb here. Remove remove the brackets. Thank you very much, sister. So you're multiplying this by this, and then this by this. Now remember, this is plus 1 because our minus and our minuses are plus. And you know what I'm doing? I'm flinging this negative 4 on this side one time. Right, bro? So, what would the next line be in Aiden Pierre? Call out the next line for me.
The next line, sir, will be y is equal to negative a half x plus 1 subtract 4.
Negative a half multiplied by
X.
plus 1 is negative a half, bro.
My bad, sir, my bad. Negative half
Right?
and then
And
subtract
yes,
4.
and then plus 4. That's
Yeah.
what you have, brother. Look, you have 1 too. But only face-to-face student, they have 1 also. Right? Negative a
Yes,
half
sir.
needs to multiply by the x and by positive 1, right? What's the next line here, Daryl? Daryl, put the camera on your face, please. Daryl, put the camera on your face, please. Or just put by where you're writing. You know, that's all I need to see for, you know. I need to see where you're writing. I don't really need to see your face, you know. I need to see where you're writing. Right, go ahead, Daryl. What I have to work out here next, Daryl? Daryl. If you don't know that, say don't know now, please.
Simon.
Cool. Help him. Cool, what are we doing here next? Cool.
I'm not sure.
That's 2 people not sure, Right? Robinson. Not M. Robinson, the next one. S. Robinson. What we do next?
So, honestly, I don't know, sir.
Hollister. What we do next? That's 4, Hollister, what we do next?
I don't know.
That's 5. The other Robinson. What we do next? M. Robinson. What we do next here? What we need to work out next year?
Trying to understand, but I really understand.
So I could
That's 6. That's 6, That's all, bro. I know all you know, Megan. What we do next year, Megan? I feel Megan no. Megan.
Sir, I don't know.
That's 7. So in our class of 24 children here today, 7 don't know so far. 7. Caleb, what we do next year? What we need to work out here, Caleb? That's 8. Caleb say you don't know. Rahim more. If you don't know that, say you don't know. What we need to do here next?
So I'm not really sure, but I'm going through it all.
Well, let me hear. What do you think we're doing here next? Eden, tell them what we had to do here next, please.
So Bud Mass tells you to do addition first, and that would be the negative a half plus the 4, and that will give you positive 3.5.
Thank you. Positive 3.5. Let me tell you something, Parents put out money here, right? Right now the tape running, right? I know. Parents put out money here. And if you cannot follow enough to know that all we have to do is move from that line to this line, and we have to do negative a half plus 4, this lesson is not making sense, That tells me that we're not following. We're not following what's going on here. because the stages we coming down, right? First we multiply into the brackets, okay? The next line we bring the 4 to the right, and the next thing all you all had to say was just negative a half plus 4. That's what we need to do. So some of you all, I count 8 people, don't know what's going on here, right? That is almost half the class. That ain't making sense, eh? Talk to all the parents, let them know, Mr. Third class, because it's stages we coming on, right? And I'm really serious about that because I really, really getting passionate about parents wasting their money now. Because I saw it last year where parents putting out money, children come in class, that's in front of the camera there, and we don't know what's going on with them, right? We don't know what they're doing. Whoever hiding behind the camera and not into the class. That is wasting money. I think I will start a message parents and let parents know this is making sense. Right? So let's go. Last line here. Equation of the perpendicular bisector of A. Okay? If you have a line, right? You have a line, AB. Okay? We went through all these things last year. You have a line AB, perpendicular bisector. It's a line cutting through the midpoint. Right? Remember we find the midpoint? It's a line cutting through the midpoint of the line AB. Okay? And this line forms how much degrees here? 90. Excellent. Right? So what's something earlier? What's something, Zaria, if this gradient here was negative a half, right? What is the gradient of the perpendicular bisector?
You have to flip it.
Flip it, excellent. 2 over 1 and
Multiply by the
negative 1.
Yeah.
Right? So see, at least had that idea what to do, right? So I'm gonna show you how I will ask some students and they will at least have an idea what to do. Okay? So this gradient here would be what? Positive 2? Say that again? The what? No, negative 1 is just what you always multiply by. So we always multiply by negative 1 when we're trying to find the gradient of the perpendicular line. Right? You always flip the original gradient and multiply by negative 1. Right? So this becomes positive 2. So the gradient of your perpendicular bisector is positive 2, right? I need a point on this line here, right? I need the coordinates of a point on this line, right? Let's start back from the top. Taylor, what y'all going to guide here? Guiding here. What is a point that is actually on? Let me put the line in a different color, or what y'all going to highlight it. What is a coordinate on this point here, on this line here, Taylor? Taylor.
Yes.
Just give me the letter. Let me start with the letter. What letter is actually on this line?
M.
Right. M. Right? We start with that. What are the coordinates of M, Taylor? Capital M.
M is equal to y2 subtract y.
No, wait. You talk about common M, which is the gradient. Give me the coordinates of capital M, which is your midpoint. I feel you write it down. La Rock, the midpoint.
The midpoint is 1, 3.
1, 3, right? So I counted, I'm showing following, So as I go along, I counted. So that's 1 so far, right? So give me the formula to find the form for the equation of a line, Roshana. The formula to find the form.
Y minus y1 is equal to m open brackets x minus x1 close brackets.
That's 2, right? Isabel, Give me the next line here. Substitute in what is M, what is X1, what is Y1. Go ahead, Isabel.
Y subtract 3 is equal to 2. X subtract 1.
That's 3. All right. Amory, what's the next thing I have to do here, Amory?
Yeah, move the tree, I think.
Moving the tree here, and what else we doing? Need to get rid of something.
The bracket.
Right. So that's 4. Right? That's 4 students so far. Boom, bang. Right? Tyler, what the next thing gonna look like here? Y equals excellent minus excellent. No, negative becomes a right. But still, you know what's going on. That's 5 students so far, right? So we're going again. Saraya, what we doing here next, Saraya? What's the only thing that could work out here, Saraya?
Rearrange it.
What we rearranging?
The 2x take away y.
2x take away y? No. Amani, what we doing here next?
So 2x take away
Yeah, I really feeling like I feeling as a teacher here, boy. All the time, boy. Amani, what are the only things we could work out here, Amani or Sarah? I want to put all on my list. One all here.
Take away the 2, 1, 3.
Right, excellent. Negative 2 plus 3 is what we need to work out, right? So negative 2 plus 3 is what, Sarah?
1.
Right, positive 1. So at least Sarah figure it out, right? So we put Sarah on the list. So that's 7. 7 on Melissa so far. Amani, you had to prove yourself, eh? So this here is the equation of a line. So let me ask Amani now. Amani, just remind me what the form for the equation of a line is. What form it must be in, Amani? Amani.
Yes, sir.
What is the form for the equation of a line?
Form for the equation of a line.
Hollister. Oh, you get it, Amani?
Notes.
Hollister.
Yes, sir.
When you write the equation of a line, what's the form?
I can't remember.
Hill.
Y is equal to mx plus c.
Pick up yourself, sister. Right? You knew that, right? Y is equal to mx plus c. Earlier, I want to give all of my power speech right now, right? Because I feel today is like a dead day, right? But telling all you, I don't know how much of you will be continuing with me, right? Because this class, some came in on the summer program and some came in prior to that, right? But let me tell you something, eh? 2 things being affected here, or can be the reason for this, right? There's either number one, and I just throw this out there. I'm not afraid to throw this out there. It's either I can't teach, number 1, right? Number 2, you lacking consistency, right? And discipline to come in class, locking focus. That's number 2. Number 3, you have no activity going on with respect to this maths when you leave this class, meaning that I explain to you all on a weekly basis that this is only 50% of the work. The next 50 is done by you at home, right? So those are the 3 factors there, right? Or number 4, you just straight up don't care, right? So these 4 factors are what would contribute to your coming here and not learning anything. And I want to put this to you all straight up. Please, please, parents working very hard for their money. And it is my duty as a teacher to let parents know that your child is coming here and they are not learning anything. And you know what opened my eyes to this? A lady messaged me to come into my class. And she told me, "Sir, my son going lessons, right? My son going lessons since he in Form 2. And that lessons teacher has been telling me for the past 4 years that my child is excellent in maths, rolling into Form 5, everything. The lessons teacher is telling us, "Sir, mommy, don't worry, your son is excellent in maths, excellent," for 4 years. And this child come and get a 5 in CXC maths. So what I tell you, that tells me that that lessons teacher was selling that mother dreams. I too real to sell parents dreams, right? I don't believe in lying to parents, and this is not about money for me. So I am going to let some parents know. I made a video and I posted on TikTok the other day where I was buffing up another class, and I was telling them I'm giving them till November, right? Those who remain with me are given only till November. And if only not functioning by November, if I call in on people and asking them simple thing like what we had to do from this line, I should have taped this what I'm saying here and post it online, right? If I come here and I ask them to do something simple like what we doing from this line to this line, and you have no idea what's going on here in November, it makes no sense. If you can watch this and know that the only things we could add or subtract here will be these 2 things, nothing else could add or subtract. If you can't figure that in November, you are wasting time, not just time, money. You're wasting your parents' hard-earned money. A parent messaged me the other day and tell me that she said, "I doing 2 extra jobs just for my son to come here lessons," right? And that child actually trying, That child actually trying. So I had to tell her, I said, "Mommy, he trying. He's not there yet, but he trying. But I am not sure that putting nothing for nobody again, right? Those who don't have cameras, I am going to make it mandatory that your camera is on. So work on your cameras, please. Because I find when a child comes into lessons, and if I can't see what's going on with you, I don't think I want you in my lessons, guys. Because I cannot monitor you. And then once again, when parents come to me and ask me, "So, how the child doing, how the child working, how the child operating?" I don't know. Look, I can't see Hollister. I don't know what Hollister doing. I can't see Raheem. No, I know these people, their camera not working. But part of online learning is I need to be able to see what you're doing, right? And somehow I just still see the tip of all your head. I don't even see what's going on by all the book. So guys, today's the last day of the summer class. Change all the attitude before they come back here on the 6th of September for our full September class. And if you're not willing to change your attitude, please do not return to my lessons. And I'm very serious about that. I'm very serious. Let me move. I'm going to cut out that part of this video and I'm going to post it on TikTok. Because I want the masses to know. Do not come to my lessons if you're coming here to waste time. I just come and bring it, boy. I just give all 150% when I come here, boy. Right. January 2025. There we go. We're questioning some people again. Zaria.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah. Right, Zaria. We have 2 coordinates. It said a line segment joins the point C, which is, wait, first of all, how many people did this? Raise your hand if you did this. Homework. Aiden alone? All right, here one. I'm giving you all, what's the time now? Let me pause this, pause the recording, right? So we have a line segment. A line segment joins the point C, which is -5, 6, and D, which is 7, 2, right? So calculate the midpoint of the line segment CD, right? First things first, what is the formula for midpoint of a line segment, Zaria?
Capital M open brackets x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2.
Alex, what is x1 and x2 here, Alex?
So repeat.
What is x1 and x2?
X1 and x2 is is minus 5 and 6.
You sure? When you have a coordinate, it's 2x values you have for that coordinate. You sure? Go ahead, Kul. I see your hand come up. Go ahead, Kul. What is x1 and x2? Well, he tell me x1. What is x2, Kul?
X2 is 7.
Excellent. See what's happening when you put it right intensity?
X1 is negative 5.
Right. But you see what has happened when you put the correct intensity?
I'm now starting to understand it.
Not you only start to understand because I buff you and I buff the rest of all you. Right? Because if I continue being passive, we'll just be going through. It all up here, okay? It all up here, no, sister. You had to decide to want this maths. That's where it is. It's all up here because a student cannot tell me. They come in here every week. I saying, okay, we'll put a little. Last week I saying this over and over. I saying you put a little a small x1 here, put a small y1 here, you put a small x2 here, you put a small y2 here. Every week, last week I come in and I said the same thing. So a student can't come and tell me every class I come and I do this. I do what x1 is, what y1 is, x2, y2. And you have no idea what's going on here, boy. Go ahead, Amani. What is y2 and y1?
Y2 and Y1, so 6 and 2, sir.
But like I come here and buffle every week, boy. I put extra hour in this class to just buff children. What is working out to be, Megan? What's the first coordinate?
1.25.
Wait. But like I really had to come and buff, boy. What's going on there, boy? All them people wasn't answering correct just now. And what's going on? Oh, yeah. Mr. Sarah, go get all in on. If I'd be coming and buffing children, so every week, you know. Comedy mindset to buff today, though. Right, let me go. Gradient. Go and give me the gradient of this line, boy. Rahim Mo. Give me the formula for gradient of a line, Rahim Mo.
So, I'll be honest, that the part I get confused with. The formulas, writing the formulas, kind of just confusing me. So you can just walk me through it so I can understand it better.
Look at your book. You see that formula anywhere there for gradient of a line? It's common M. See if you've seen common M anywhere in your book.
Yes.
You did it in the question before. Common M is equal to what? What you seen is equal to?
Equal to 1,4.
No, common M. 1,4 was capital M, which is your midpoint. But looking for a formula, not looking for no numbers. See if you see a formula anywhere there, Rahim, for gradient of a line.
So, Andal, just not write down there?
I just write it down. Look, I write it down in this question.
Yeah.
Just here, watch. Look, the question we just do. It is
so, you did see what I type in chat?
No, I didn't see. Look at right here. I didn't see. That's where you type in each chat.
Wait, my Wi-Fi was kind of getting trouble, and I thought that was for everybody.
Right, it was lagging.
Yes, sir.
Right.
I was in and out of the class just now.
Right. You see the formula here?
Yes, sir.
Right. You know how to read that formula?
Kinda.
So common M, which is your gradient, is equal to what?
Common y2 minus
Right.
y1
Right. We call that y2 minus y1
over x2 minus x1.
Right. So your coordinates, you see, I helping you now, bro. I helping you. Your coordinates will be your first value is your x1, your second value is your y1. Then in your second coordinates, your first value is your x2, your second value is your y2. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, so that for the line underneath with the equal sign then, that is we're writing out.
Right. So I just plug it in. I plug it in the numbers there. Right?
Yeah.
So I go back down. I tell you now, the first thing we had to work on is the attitude, you know. And the first thing we had to change before this maths could start to open up to us. If you come here and you come here half-hearted, you ain't gonna make it. I can tell you that straight up. You ain't gonna make it, right? Daryl, look my coordinates right here, Daryl. What is y2 and what is y1, Daryl?
Y2 take away 6.
Like I should have. That's just like when I in Sour Note. When I in Sour Note and I teaching, it's not until I start to get on like a madman is when people start to listen to me. Oh, come now, man. I shouldn't be having to get on so in my house. That's my school behavior. Because how Daryl get all right. So that tells me that people not listening to me, people not taking me on. Right? Robinson was X2. S. Robinson was X2 and X1. Look the coordinates on top there.
X2 and X1?
Yeah. What's X2?
X2 is 7.
And X1?
-5.
Well, if you have energy to get on every class, boy. Because people start to answer questions. So 2 minus 6 will be -4, and 7 plus 5 would be 12, right? 4 over 12 could be broken down to be what? -1/3. Everybody agrees? Raise your hand if you got -1/3 as your gradient. Let me see. And that raising hand thing doesn't be a clear reflection of what's going on in this class, because everybody does be raising their hand at some point in time. So once you really get it, I just wanted to know I'm really proud of you, right? There we go. So the next thing they want us, this was B, right? AB. The next part, they want us to write down the equation of the perpendicular bisector of CD, right? A perpendicular bisector is a line that cuts the original line in half. It passes through the midpoint, and we know how to find the gradient of that line, right? So common M, which will be the gradient of the perpendicular bisector, will be what Empress. What we have to do to find the gradient of the perpendicular line? What we have to do with the original gradient? Empress.
Sir, I really don't know, but
all right. Caleb, what we have to do with the original gradient? Caleb, your mic ain't working.
Sir,
You fix it? What are you doing with the original gradient to find the gradient of the perpendicular bisector?
To be honest, sir, I don't know. To be honest.
You what?
To be honest, sir, I don't know.
All right. We just do one like it, eh? Rishana, what are we doing?
And the -1/3, and then you're multiplying it by -1, and I'll just get you 1/3.
Tell them again.
So you're taking -1/3, and then you're multiplying it by -1, which will give you 1/3.
You sure? You're missing out one thing you had to do with that 1/3. La Rock.
Oh, you have to flip it, so you get 3 of it.
Right. Flip it. Flip the original gradient, right? So the original gradient was 1 over 3. It will be, well, negative 1 over 3 become negative 3 over 1 and multiply by negative 1. So the gradient of your perpendicular line is positive 3. So let me tell you something. I don't know how else to say this to open it up to you all. You have two lines, right? You have CD, CD, okay? You have a perpendicular line or a perpendicular bisector, which is simply a line that is bisect, means to cut in half. It's a line that is passing through your midpoint. So you know your midpoint is a point on the line. We've worked out the original gradient of the original line to be negative 1/3. Listen to my curve. To get the gradient of the perpendicular line, right? You flip the original gradient. So when I say flip, if it's 1 over 3, when you flip it, it becomes negative 3 over 1, and you multiply by negative 1. Negative 3 over 1 multiplied by negative 1 will give me positive 3. We good there, Daryl? I see you had your hand up to answer, so that's good. I mean, you're probably falling, right? Okay? So we have our gradient. What is a point on the perpendicular bisector? Give me the coordinates of a point that is on this line in the middle here. Yeah, a point. What point is it passing through? What's that point on this line? On this line in the middle here.
1,4.
1,4. Daryl said it, right? Your midpoint. Okay?
So
you must have. Yeah, go ahead, Eden. 1,4, right? This here, your midpoint, is this point there, which is actually a point on your perpendicular bisector. So two things are necessary to find the equation of a line. You must have the gradient and you must have a point on the line. Right, Taylor? Taylor?
Yes, sir.
What is the formula to find the form for the equation of a line? Give me the formula. Y minus what? Go ahead, Daryl, help him.
Yes, sir. Is y minus 4 equals 3.
Wait. Formula. Our formula first, brother.
Oh, the formula.
Always write your formula. Because remember what these things just stick in your head. Go ahead, Zaria.
Y minus y, comma,
y1.
M.
Y minus y1 is equal to?
Is equal to m, open brackets, x subtract x, close brackets.
X subtract x1. You have to put a little 1 there, Taylor. Right? If you don't put that 1, look how we're going to look, Taylor. What's something, eh? If you don't put this 1, it is going to be y minus y and x minus x, which is wrong. Right, Taylor?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Put this little 1 here. Put this little 1 here. Right? So your x1 and your y1 are these two numbers. Right? So assignment and send, which means we were passive all the time. All they needed a little wake-up call. Right? So let me go. Who wants to answer the next one? It'll be y minus 1. I think Daryl was answering it. Daryl, it was y minus 1.
Yes, sir. Is y minus 4 equals 3.
Equal to?
X take away 1.
You see how we playing the fool? You see how we was playing the fool? And if I had all of them face to face, I mash up the place, you know. All they can't come here and play the fool, you know. Everybody must make it, but the thing with online, I find like I doesn't have control when all the online, bro. Right. What are we doing next here, Isabel? What we had to get rid of here, and then what we moving? Say it loud for them to hear.
So we have to remove the brackets.
Excellent. So you're multiplying 3 by x and 3 by
1.
Then I just tell you to just fling this 4 here one time, right? Okay. So
Yes,
what
yes.
the next line would look like, Marie? What the next line would look like?
It'll be y y equals 3x. Take away 3.
What coming in the back here?
Before.
Plus 4 or minus 4?
Plus 4.
Boom. You good there, bro? Right. So this is what caused all the bacchanal in the first place here. What we do next here, Caleb. Caleb, I ain't got the right answer from you for the morning, eh? Caleb, where you going? Megan, what we doing here next, sister?
So you have to look at -3 plus 4 and you'll get +1.
Excellent, Megan. Excellent. So we coming up, you know, this is come up season, you know. I feel I want to do our class with all the next week, you know, now, but I have things to do weekend, right? I feel like I can do our next class with all you. When children, all you don't understand, when children working, teachers as a fathers lighten us also, where we just want to teach all there. Right, there we go. So I'm not sure if we did any questions where we had parallel lines, but it's saying another line AB is parallel to CD and passes through the point 0, 1. Right, excellent, excellent. So Ting said it already, right? Tyler said it already. Parallel lines have the same gradient, so write it as a note. Okay? Parallel lines have the same gradient. So Soraya.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a hard question here. Just remind us what gradient is. Gradient is what? When we turn around this word gradient, what are we talking about? I tell you, it's a hard question, and I had a mind you might not remember. Let me see if anybody can help you. Anybody want to help her? Tell me what's gradient. I forget what's gradient. Miss Asad forget what is gradient. Go ahead, Amania. See your hand up. Explain to the class what gradient is because I forget.
So I think a gradient is when a line passes through 2 points.
All right. No, that's not really it. But good try. Thanks for trying. Zaria, explain to the class what gradient means.
Gradient is how steep a line is.
How steep a line is, right? Some of the first things we probably look at is that when your line is sloping like this, meaning it is going from bottom left to top right. When your line is going like this, okay? Is this a positive or negative gradient? Positive. Excellent, Tyler. Positive gradient. Okay? So the gradient, the steeper the slope, right? Your gradient is the steepness of your slope. I showed wrong this word and I had a mind that 3/4 fall and remember what it is. Right? When your line is like this way now. Screen freeze, buddy. All right. Right. If your line is going this way, does this imply a positive gradient or a negative gradient? Negative.
Negative gradient.
Excellent. So this is a negative gradient. Okay? No problem, Alex. So when I say the gradient of two parallel lines are the same, parallel lines run side by side and they never touch, right? That's what parallel lines are. So you can see from this pair of parallel lines that if one sloping, so the next one will be sloping the same way. So gradients are the same. Are we clear here, Empress?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. So let's go. So what was the gradient of the original line AB? Because so not AB, sorry, I think it was CD. What's the gradient of CD? Anybody answer? What was the gradient of CD? Negative at 2. Right? So let me put here gradient. All right, I'm coming up. Gradient of CD was negative at 3. Remember, gradient is common M, right? So your gradient of AB, which is parallel to CD, would also be negative at 2. Right? You with me there, S. Robinson?
Yes, sir.
Right. So we had the gradient. So in order to find the equation of a line S. Robinson, right? Because they asked us to write the equation of AB. So in order to find the equation of a line, I must have two things. I must have the gradient, so I'll go and write back the gradient here. And I must have what also?
Sir, I don't know.
Eden are there. Who wants to answer? To find the equation of a line, you must have two things. You must have the gradient and what? Only Zaria nobody? Hill no, Amelia no? Go ahead, Hill.
So the midpoint?
No, that's the perpendicular bisector. Well, yeah, the midpoint is a point on the original line, but you must have the gradient and you must have a point on the line. Okay? So, I think they told you here, it passes through a point. So they said another line AB is parallel to CD and passes through, what are the coordinates of that point? 0, 1. Okay? So we have a coordinate on the line which will be 0, 1. Right? Let me write it up. You'll write it again, please. Note. Note. Write this down, to find the equation of a line, we must have the gradient and a point. Right? Write it down because all you're forgetting by this. So the formula to find the form will be y minus y1 is equal to m open brackets x minus x1, right? So we're going down here. Send this down. Right. So what would this be? So my screen is lagging very bad, so I won't be able. All right, no problem. What's the next line here, Sarah? This will be y minus what? What is y1?
1.
Excellent. Is equal to what is m?
Negative 1 wanted.
Open bracket x minus
0.
Excellent, Sarah. Excellent. What we need to do next here, Hollister? Hollister.
Y equals 1.
What we need to do?
1x. Y equals.
What's something? You see this negative 1 to Hollister? You're multiplying it by x, and then you have to multiply it by 0. You need to get rid of the brackets, Hollister. And then what you do with this one? What are you doing with this one here? Hollister.
Yes.
What you doing with this one?
We're putting it outside.
You put it on this side, and what you doing with it when you carry it here? If you minus it on the left, what you doing with it on the right?
A positive.
Right. So negative 1/3 by x is not negative 1x, it's negative 1/3 x. Right, Hollister?
Yes.
Negative 1/3 multiplied by 0 is what? Anything multiplied by 0 is what, Hollister?
0.
Right. So you can see that cancels out, right? And they said when we bring the 1 to the right, what we do with it?
Adding it.
Right. Remind me what the form for the equation of a line is, Hollister. What the form is, not the formula. This is the formula up here. This is the formula to express form, right, for equation of a line. But what is the form, Hollister?
Y take away.
No, that's the formula. What's the form? Janae said it just now. These are things I want to make sure you know. Lamarck Robinson, M. Robinson, what's the form for the equation of a line? Amelia, your mic not working? Rahim, what's the form for the equation of a line? Alex, what is the form for the equation of a line? Megan, what is the form for the equation of a line?
mx plus c, sir.
Ah, big up yourself, sister. Hey, all I see the people are raising their hand. I'm just trying to engage the others. I'm just trying to make sure that they get into the class. Because I feel like we're not there yet with some people. We're not into the class, right? This is the form. So if you all watch it here, look at Y here, right? Look at M here, look at X here, and look at C here, right? So it is in that form. You don't want to write this by the way, I just telling you all that the form, right? The form, this is your form for equation of a line, right? Okay, this is your form. Write it down. I have a feeling plenty of little write nothing, that one doesn't be remembering nothing. Right? This is the form for the diagram below shows the graph of a straight line x plus y is equal to 3, right? So you have your line, you have x plus y is equal to 3 is the equation of that line, right? Now, when you write an equation like this is okay to write it like this, right? But if you want to locate what the gradient is, you need to put it in the form y is equal to mx plus c, right? That's the form it needs to be in order to determine what the equation would be, right? So we ain't ready for that yet unless they ask us to do. Let me see if they ask us to do down here. Right. Determine the equation of a line which is parallel to this line and passes through the origin, right? So in order to find the equation of a line which is parallel to this given line, we need to find the gradient of the original line. So what's something? I have x plus y. Woo. That's now right. I have x plus y is equal to 3. So in order to find the gradient, it should be the number in front of x, because right now 1 is understood to be in front of x here, but 1 is not the gradient, right? I need to carry it on this side. When I carry x on this side, this is plus 1x, right? Plus 1x will become what? Tyler, plus 1x will become, is positive on the left, so what it will become when it goes to the right? Negative. So this will become, I'm putting the negative first because I want to write it in the form y is equal to mx plus 3, right? Okay, so I write it in red underneath here.
Please, Rafian, use your bathroom, please.
Sure, no problem. Y is equal to mx plus c. That's what is going on above here, right? Now, what number did I say is understood to be in front x here? 1. Okay, I'm going to put that in blue. So, Aiden Pierre, what number represents the gradient of my line here, the gradient of the original line? What is common m?
Come.
What is common m here? I'm not hearing you, bro. I'm gonna ask somebody else. Hill, what is common M?
1.
That's 1, you sure?
Negative 1.
Negative 1, right? Negative 1. Okay? M is the number that is in front X, which is negative 1. So the gradient of this original line here would be negative 1. Right? Raise your hand if you're clear on that, please. Guys, 0, 0. Proper thing, right? 0, 0 is your origin. So you have a coordinate on the line because they're telling you it passes through the origin. All right? So we have the gradient, okay? Because the gradient of the two lines, the two parallel lines will be the same, and we have the coordinates of a point on the line. So let me ask a question now. They want us to find, remember they said to determine the equation of the line which is parallel to this line and passes through the origin. Okay? So, who are in question it by? Larock. What's the formula to find the form for the equation of a line, Larock?
Y subtract y1 equals m brackets x subtracts x1 out of it.
Right? Wait. Right. Very good. Okay, this is y1. Right, so let me go. Taylor.
Yes, sir.
What is y1 here from these coordinates? What is y1?
It's 1.
This is the coordinate you're working with, right? I'm gonna highlight it. This is the coordinate you're working with. Which number is x and which number is y? Both of them is the same number anyway. So which one is x? Which one is the x value?
The one with the kind of slash on it, sir.
Nah, that is a mistake I made. But yeah, this is x1 and this is y1. Right, Taylor? So let me plug it in, Taylor. So it'll be y minus what? What is y1?
Y minus 0
is equal to what is m?
M is negative 1. And
open bracket x minus
x1, sir.
Which is?
No, y.
x1, which is? Right? This is food and all. Y minus 0 is y. Okay? Negative 1 by x, negative 1 by 0, right? Negative 1 by x will be negative 1x, and negative 1 by 0 is just 0. That cancels, right? Anything plus or minus 0 would be the thing itself, right? So this here will be the equation of a line which is parallel to x plus y is equal to 3, okay? So basically, they ask you to find the equation of like this line here, a line which is parallel, that's what I'm going to erase it. It passes through the origin, right? So they basically just ask you to find the equation of this line here. Chop a little bit. Right. So we just found the equation of that blue line there to be y is equal to negative x. Cool? That's right. Right. So everybody good there? Okay. We have the two equations of the lines here, right? Well, this is the equation that we were looking for. This is the one we worked towards. So let's scroll down. Right. Now they want the equation of a line which is perpendicular to that gap, this line, and passes through the midpoint of AB. So we need to find the midpoint of AB. In order to find the midpoint of AB, I need the coordinates of A and I need the coordinates of B. So let me see who can help me with this one here. What are the coordinates of A? I want somebody to tell me. I thought you were going to stick on that. 0, 3, right? What are, by the way, for those who don't know where the hell that come from, let me scroll back up. This is A. A is this coordinate here, right? It is 0 on the x-axis because it lines up with 0 on the x, and it is actually on 3 on the y-axis. So this coordinate here would be 0, 3. Right, right, M. Robinson. This coordinate here now, what is the value on the x-axis?
3.
3. And what is the value on the y-axis?
0.
0. You good there, Tyler? All right. So 3 on the x, it lines up with 0 on the y. So it will be 3, 0. Right? 3, 0. All right. So we want the gradient of that line now. What was the gradient of this line, the original line? What was the gradient of this line? Remember, we move around things to figure out that the gradient was what? What was? -1. Excellent. The gradient of this line was -1. Okay? M was equal to -1. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, we got that when we moved this plus x to this side, it became -x, and we determined that the number in front of x, which is common M, the gradient was actually -1. Now, if the gradient of the original line is -1, this -1 counts as just like 1 over 1, -1 over 1. So, if I want to find the gradient of the perpendicular line, right, it would be -1 over 1, which will be it. It counts as, like, if you flip that, right? If you flip that, it comes like as 1 over -1, if you want to see. Because, look at this. If I have M is equal to -1, M is equal to -1, that comes like -1 over 1. So if I flip it, it will be 1 over -1. And then when you multiply this by -1, you will just get M to be 1. Everybody good there? Hill, you good there? Yeah? Yeah, boy.
Yes, sir.
Right? So M is +1. But it said it passes through the midpoint. So, we actually have to find the midpoint. What is the formula for the midpoint of a line here, Alex? Midpoint, capital M. Alex.
Formula the midpoint.
Huh?
Formula midpoint is 1, sir.
What 1?
M equal 1.
Capital M equals what? What you said?
M equal 1.
M equal 1? No, I want the midpoint. What is the formula for the midpoint? Alright, somebody help him now. What's the formula for the midpoint?
x1 plus x2 over 2.
Comma.
Y1 plus y2 over 2.
Alright? Yes, sir. Right, there we go. So we're dealing with A and B. We want the midpoint of A and B, right? So let me go. Amani, What's x1, Amani? Quick.
What is x1? X? No.
What's x1?
Y, sir?
X1 is y. Yeah. So what's x2?
X?
Yeah. And over 2?
Yes, sir.
And what's y1?
3.
3? And what's y2?
0. That's 2.
Over 2?
Yes, sir.
This correct, bro?
No, I don't think so.
Who want to help the brother out here? Go ahead. Anybody? Anybody help out the brother? Right, x1 is 0, very good. And x2 is 3. I think he had this one correct, you know. Y1 is 0. Yeah,
Yeah,
you had
he
this
had
one
that correct, but the first one, yeah, that was wrong.
You know what going? You know what going with brother Amani? Amani, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Right, you know what going on with you? You wasn't paying attention, so you get catch off guard. I talking chippiness?
So I was watching.
Huh?
I was watching.
Alright, I was watching, but I probably wasn't here. Alright, let me go. So 0 plus 3 is 3, so this will be 3 over 2, comma, 0 plus, I'm sorry, 3 plus 0 is 0. So I'm gonna put this phone on silent. You can ask that old noise here. Right, silent. Right, 3 over 2. That is my midpoint. Okay? So we have a point on the line, we have a gradient. The question is to find the equation of the line which is perpendicular to the line x plus y equals 3 and passes through the midpoint of AB. So we have a line that is passing through. We have the gradient to be positive 1. What is the formula to find the form for the equation of a line, Rahimo?
Say that again.
What is the formula to find the form for the equation of a line?
The formula to find the form of the equation on the line?
Yeah.
So that even sound like English to me. Say it again.
The formula to find the form for the equation of a line. We need a formula that we will use now to find the form for the equation of a line.
So it's the common M1 and?
No, we want to find the equation of the line. So give me the formula to find the equation of a line.
I getting confused.
Help him, Hollister. Hollister.
Yes, sir.
Help him. What's the formula to find the form? Right, so this is the formula to find the form, right? Y minus y1 is equal to m open brackets x minus x1. What is y1? What is x1? Eden P.
What is y1? What is x1?
Yeah, remember x1, comma y1 are the coordinates of a point that the line passes through, right?
Yeah, we define A and B, right?
Yeah, well, A and B not on this line. This is the perpendicular. A line that is perpendicular to the given line, and it passes. Look, it's telling you what it passes through. It passes through the midpoint of AB. So did we find the coordinates of the midpoint of AB?
Yeah.
Right? So what would y1 be?
Well, y1 would be the 3 halves.
3 over 2, yeah? And what is m?
M, sir?
Yeah.
I didn't get that right, down, sir.
Look it right on the screen there, bro. Like I lose it there,
Come on, then 1, yeah, 1.
Right, 1, open bracket, x
And
minus.
then x subtract the same 3 halves.
Right, 3 over 2, right? So multiplying 1 into this, well, 1 into this bracket is the same thing. Whatever is in the brackets, right?
That'll still be the same thing, but negative. Well, yeah,
right.
Same thing.
No, not negative.
Not negative.
Positive 1. M is positive 1, right?
Yeah.
So y will be equal to 1x, which is just x, minus 3 over 2 plus 3 over 2 on this side, right?
Yeah, and then you'll have to...
3 over 2 plus 3 over 2 is what?
You'll just get 0.
0, so it'll be y is equal to x plus 0, which is just x.
Yeah.
So the equation of a line which is perpendicular to that given line above is y is equal to x. You know where y is equal to x is? That's this line here, boy. Is a line that I'll put in a different color. This line, it comes through here. Boom, bang, 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 bang. All right. That is the line. Y is equal to x. So perpendicular means that it forms a right angle, right? Okay. All right. So that it kind of the joint kind of off, but this is supposed to form 90 degrees here. This passing through the midpoint, right? It passes through the midpoint. You see this? It's 3 over 2. Look, it's 1.5 is here. 3 over 2 is 1.5. And 3 over 2 here is 1.5, right? Okay? So the midpoint would be 3 over 2, comma 3 over 2. So this is the action going on here, right? So y'all write on that. You have time for one more? Yeah, man, we have time for one more. Scrolling down. Hey, what are they mashing up next door there, right? Right, I'll give you another 3 minutes to try it, and then I will do it. Of the live segment, our next food part. Right? Right. So the diagram below represents the graph which passes to the point P and Q. We determine that the coordinates of P will be 0, 3. Coordinates of Q will be negative 2, 0. So let me go. Gradient. What's the formula for gradient of a line, my children?
y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
All right, so this is common M, common M. So what's y2? Belt it out. y2 is 0. 0 minus?
0 minus 3.
Over what's x2?
Negative 2. Subtract
minus 0. So this will be what? Negative 3 over negative 2, which will be positive 3 over 2. Here the trick about gradient. Better you always leave gradient as a fraction, right? Leave it as a fraction improper. So that in the event I have to find the gradient of the perpendicular bisector, you know, you just have to flip it, right? So better leave it as an improper fraction, gradient, right? Equation of the line segment PQ, food. What is the formula to find the form? Quick. What's the formula to find the form?
y subtract y.
What's the form? What's the formula? Right? Everybody got this? Right? So we know what M is. We know what X1 and Y1 is. So it'll be Y minus what? What is Y1? From above. Somebody, anybody? What? 3 is equal to 3 over 2 by X minus, what is X1? 0, right? Everybody good here? Everybody good here? Multiplying this into the brackets. This by this, this by this. Fling negative 3 here. Right? So Y will be equal to 3 over 2X. 3 over 2 by 0 is 0, right? So that more or less cancels, right? And then you have plus 3. This here is the equation of the line segment. Raise your hand. Once again, this is how you...
Negative 9.
Excellent, Janae. This is how you can use your equation to find an unknown coordinate, right? They have negative 8 comma t. They want you to find t. This coordinate, well, the coordinates of this point are on the line segment PQ, right? I replacing x with negative 8. I replacing y with t. So I'll have t is equal to 3 over 2 by negative 8 plus 3. And Janae said, what you got, Janae? Negative 9?
Yes, sir.
Right. Proper thing, right? They came here now and said that the line segment, right? So the line segment AB is perpendicular to PQ and passes through 6, 2. So they basically saying that AB is perpendicular to PQ and passes through 6, 2. So they gave us the point on the line. They gave us a point on the line, which is 6, 2. So we have our x1, we have our y1, which can be used to find the equation. Now they just tell you they want it in this form. So once we use our formula, at the end, it would look like y is equal to mx plus c, right? Now the trick here is to find the gradient. What's the gradient of the original line? Anybody? What's the gradient of the original line? PQ. 3 over
3/2.
So if you want the gradient of the perpendicular line now, you have to flip the original gradient. So it becomes 2 over 3 and multiply by, excellent, multiply by negative 1. So this new gradient would be negative 2 over 3. Okay? So this is the gradient we're working with. What is my formula to find the form for the equation of a line? Formula to find the form. Because look, they asked you to write it in the form, right? So you're just going to apply the formula, find the form. So what would it be?
Equals m for brackets x negative x.
Right, so there we go. So it'll be y minus, anybody, Hill, y minus what? Y minus 6, no?
Y minus 2.
Equals to? Negative 2/3 by x minus 6, right?
That's it.
Multiply negative 2/3 into the brackets. You carry this negative 2 on this side one time, right? So we go in. Y would be equal to negative 2/3 x. Negative 2/3 multiplied by negative 6, and negative by negative is a positive. And then 3 into 6 is 2, so 2 by 2 is 4. So 2/3 multiplied by 6 would give me, well, 6 over 1. 3 into 6 is 2, 2 by 2 is 4, right? That's how I got the 4. Minus 2 will become plus 2. So the equation of my line would be y is equal to negative 2 over 3x plus 6. This is the equation of a line which is perpendicular to PQ, right? Proper thing here, guys. All right. So those who have to write it down, guys. Thank you for being with me for the summer program. I know well, it happens every year. Not everybody does return. So if anyone doesn't return, right, it was nice having you all. Okay, those who would return, who would be returning, I will see you all in 2 weeks' time where the action continues.